Hello and happy Merry Christmas and happy holidays. So, after all this hustle and bustle of the holidays and meeting and greeting people and getting to go places and see things, I just thought that I would come here and say hello and let you know that we were just meditating after the holidays and we were letting go of many things using the method. And I'm so grateful to be able to come back today and join you all and wish you a happy season. And with that, so we're approaching the end of 2025 and there's so many things that we have experienced this year. And I wanted to focus a little bit on coexistence. So, of course, this meditation is actually about how we can become truth in this very moment and actually letting go of this false delusional self that is always full of myself, wanting things and having a lot of greed and having a lot of maybe trials and tribulations and things like this. So this meditation method has helped me so much and I'm so grateful. So I would like to share a reading with you about wants actually. And once again, don't get caught up in guilt or shame that, I shouldn't want anything, or this meditation is strange because it's making me let go of things. Actually, when we let go of something, we become fresh and new and we're able to live in this present moment with gratitude, fully and presently. And it's nature's flow to be actually grateful in every moment. And the only way we can actually do that is by having a method to let go of this falseness. And this falseness is these pictures. So we are like a camera. We have the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and this body. And we take pictures all of our life, and we're holding on to all these things. So much like eating, many of us eat, right? We eat. We had all this amazing food during the holidays, and we need to excrete, right? So we do this and then we feel much better. Imagine like holding on to everything of your whole life, all of these pictures in your mind and never letting them go. How we feel overwhelmed, exhausted. Many of these thoughts, or all of my thoughts, are coming from these pictures so that I've held on to throughout my life. So this meditation method has really helped me to be able to see what I'm holding on to and let it go. And so therefore I'm able to meet loved ones in this present moment and be able to be free and happy. So back to what we're doing, which is coexisting. So when I start with myself and I let go of all of the things that I want, my greed, my pictures, my way or the highway, then I'm able to start with myself and let those things go. And we're able to coexist in this lovely, beautiful place in the here and now, because we have so much to be thankful for. So with that, I would like to read from one of the books that the founder has written, which is called The Enlightened World. So this is a book of poems to awaken to the mind to heavenly truth. And this piece here is called Wants. Listen, all of you. Truth is Anamita. Yet truth is the existence of Adamita within Anamita. Truth is the absence of all things, yet the existence of all things in the universe is also truth. When giving birth to the whole of creation, it is heaven's will to do so with harmony. All creations which live therein must realize the obvious logic, that they must learn to discard their greed and coexist. Because one's individual self exists, others exist. It is truth that people understand that they are all one. It is truth that people do deeds absent of the thoughts that they have done them. The life of truth is a righteous life, one in which man lives absent of any wants in his mind. Righteousness means for everyone to know that they are one and to act accordingly. It is important for people to know that they are one. A complete life is one in which man does not live based on greed, A complete life is one simply lived according to the flow of nature. When man lives his life in non-existence, he will become others, and so naturally all conflicts would disappear. Man would live a life that is of nature's flow, and he would be able to live decently. Man, because he is man, lives a life that is focused on making a living. But originally, man should live a life of oneness, a life in which, as an individual, does not exist. For it is only when he lives such a life that it is a true life indeed. A true life is one in which there is no distinction between you and me. A true life is one in which there is no such thing as rank. A true life is one which there is no dual life. A life in which man lives connected to the world as it is. For sure, a true life is one in which man lives absent of self, and so even if the winds were to blow or the rain were to fall, he would live accordingly. A true life is one in which there is no me, there is only us. A true life is one in which man lives knowing the whole, knowing truth. If man were to have no wants, he would have no illnesses. If man were to have no wants, he would work diligently. If man were to have no wants, he would work for others. If man were to have no wants, he would work for us, the whole. If man were to have no wants, he would know to make sacrifices. If man were to have no wants, he would work of his own accord. If man were to have no wants, there would be nothing that could discomfort him. If man were to have no wants, he would become one with the world. If man were to have no wants, he would simply live as it is. If man were to have no wants, he would live as truth. If man were to have no wants, he would live according to nature's flow. If man were to have no wants, he would have no pain. If man were to have no wants, he would have no kaleshas. If man were to have no wants, he would have no mind. If man were to have no wants, he would have no mind. If man were to have no wants, he would have no individual self. If man were to have no wants, he would be one with the world, not separate from it. If man were to have no wants, he would be the whole. If man were to have no wants, he would be of the one mind. If man were to have no wants, he would know the preciousness of self-existence. If man were to have no wants, he would know the value of man. If man were to have no wants, he would not live in his thoughts. If man were to have no wants, he would live absent of his mind. If man were to have no wants, there would be no superior persons or inferior persons. If man were to have no wants, there would be no ranks. If man were to have no wants, there would be no such thing as high class or low class. If man were to have no wants, his mind would be unbiased. If man were to have no wants, he would have the will to live. If man were to have no wants, he would be able to live well. If man were to have no wants, he would be able to fulfill everything. If man were to have no wants, he would be able to enter into the one truth. If man were to have no wants, he would be happy and peaceful. If man were to have no wants, he would become me. If man were to have no wants, he would not be above me. If man were to have no wants, he would come out into truth and live together with me. If man were to have no wants, his mind would be in comfort. If man were to have no wants, he would not be stubborn. If man were to have no wants, he would have no pride or sense of self. If man were to have no wants, he would have no delusions. If man were to have no wants, he would not be conceited. If man were to have no wants, his core would not be his self. If man were to have no wants, he would be able to live in truth, which is the life that is of nature's flow. If man were to have no wants, research would become so easy, whereby science that benefits humankind would develop to the utmost. If man were to have no wants, politics would be righteous, and so everyone would be at ease and would live as one. If man were to have no wants, people's standards of living would be equal. If man were to have no wants, culture would flourish to the utmost. If man were to have no wants, he would have no pride, and so there would be no conflicts. If man were to have no wants, homes, societies, and nations would be endlessly peaceful. If man were to have no wants, he would be loyal to what he does of his own accord. If man were to have no wants, he would live serving others. Therefore, people would be able to live with their minds at ease. There would be no thieves or robbers. Not one person would harbor a malevolent mind. There would not be a single person who torments others. People would all be one, no matter where they go, and so the world would be a wonderful place to live. Man's wants have made the world what it is today. He thinks that so many different things exist in the world, which is why homes, societies, countries have become selfish, ones in which he seeks to live well alone. Therefore, man is a constant state of unhappiness and darkness. A mind absent of wants is the true mind. A mind absent of wants is the real truth. A mind absent of wants is one which knows that heaven, earth, and man are one. A mind absent of wants is one which knows where man came from and where man will go. A mind absent of wants is one which will live forever in heaven after death. Heaven must be one, earth must be one, and man must be one in order for the world to be right. Heaven, earth, and man must be one in order for the world to be right. Man must have no wants in order for the world to be right. Furthermore, man's absence of wants is the only road to his eternal life. So long as man has wants, religions, ideologies, and philosophies cannot be right. Neither can politicians, politics, or societies. Through the saints, heaven has conveyed its will to man that he must not harbor wants. However, this will could not see the light of day, for man was not able to eliminate the cause of his wants. For the saints were unable to teach man how to completely discard the mind he has, for the saints did not know how to discard it, and so man was unable to do so. Heaven has its season, and now is the time in which the perfect and infinite dough, truth, has come to the world. May you and I live together in the true world. Let us enjoy eternal life, blessings, and happiness. Now, if you ask me, this is the absolute perfect way to start 2026. I think we can actually say when we're listening to this poem of awakening to the mind of heavenly truth. To awaken and to become enlightened is to actually let go. Yeah, let go of what? Let go of all of my wants, my desires, this false self. Now, does that mean that I'm not going to have anything and I'm going to be on the street, homeless, have nothing? Absolutely not. So we still need to get up in the morning, we need to do our stretches, we need to eat, we need to brush our teeth, we need to go about doing our things that we do. But when we let go of this false self that doesn't exist, that's an illusion, a delusion, all of our thoughts are filled with our pictures, like we talked about at the very beginning of this. So this is actually the most grateful, amazing news in the world. So I'm so happy to share this with you at Oslo Meditation. We are an online center with Stockholm and London, and we let go on Zoom every single day. We have sessions many times a day and unlimited sessions with helpers, guides that are teaching us this method, letting go. So it's an amazing opportunity to let go of wants and become the universe mind, to actually let go and coexist in peace and heaven in the here and now. How can we do this? We can do this with the method. So by letting go, eliminating this falseness, this greed, these minds, these things that I'm holding on to, whether it's pictures of trauma, pictures that are difficult, my remembered thoughts of my life lived, things that are inside of me, being able to let this go is actually freedom in the here and now. So to be mindful and be present in the here and now is to actually have no mind. No mind meaning having no false self. So we live for each other, we coexist, just like the trees, just like the water, just like the sunshine. And this is amazing, and I'm so grateful that you're here, and I welcome the new year, and I hope that you are going to meet us, and I hope that you will also be able to let go of all of your minds and things that are coming up, and this opportunity to do that together. We do this together all over the world. We're doing the same meditation. We're doing the same thing all over the world. On every continent, there's a center. So I'm so happy and grateful. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.